see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times.
Welcome back to my channel. Today, you guys, we're going to be talking all about new eyeshadow palettes, specifically the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows. So they just recently came out with number 9 and number 10, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, and I picked them up. Funny enough, it took me up until number 9 and number 10 to get her palettes, and it just, because, I don't know, maybe there's just something about these two palettes that really spoke to me, and I was like, I need these palettes. So I immediately jumped on, I ordered them, and they are here, and I created 2 looks, and we're gonna get diving into it. So if you guys wanna see some looks, you guys wanna see what they look like, let's go ahead and get diving right into it. So we're gonna go ahead and get diving into the very first one. This is number 9, called Wine. This is actually the palette that I've played with for the last 2 days, and the colors perform really well on their own. You can use your fingers, which is what I did, or you can use a brush. So this formula is very new to me, so I really didn't know exactly what to expect. With both palettes, I was able to apply my makeup first and then do my eye makeup, and I was a little bit nervous because I completely forgot that I was playing with green today. And just looking at the swatches, honestly, these swatches just don't do it justice with your fingers. Once you guys see this eye look, it is a completely different ball game. When I first started playing with these, I was a little bit nervous about the purple because the purple does feel a little bit dry, but you guys will see it was one of the easiest shadows and the most pigment shadows to apply. Palette is beautiful. It's definitely got that like sweater weather vibe, but for me, I personally think that it's not going to be for somebody that likes more lighter shadows. If you like more light-handed shadows, lighter shadows, this is definitely probably not going to be the way to go. This is going to be if you want a little bit more intensity to your eye looks. So the other one that I picked up, which is the one that I'm wearing right now, is called Money. This has got all of your green tones. If you like greens, I think you're going to love this palette. Worked out really well. I did use my fingers for the metallics. But otherwise than that, I didn't have any issues. Again, when I first applied the color, this matte green one, it's kind of like a lime green shadow. When I first applied this, I got a little bit nervous because it is a little bit brighter. You can see like that's what I have all over the lid. It is a little bit more brighter than what it is in the pan. So again, this palette has a lot of intensity, but so I pulled out my Huda Beauty one just so I could see a side by side, and when I opened it, I was like, oh my goodness. So glad I didn't have like the kind of the same. So here is the Huda Beauty one, and I just wanted to show you guys side by sides. So if you did have maybe like this palette and you were worried that these would be kind of similar, I definitely don't think they are at all. That's a good thing to see. This one runs a little bit more, like a little bit cooler, I want to say, because there's a little bit more deeper tone to it, whereas this one runs a little bit more brighter. Besides that, let's just go, we're going to go ahead and get just diving right into the eyeshadows now. I'm going to show you guys a look using each of the palettes, and yeah, let's get to it. So today we have the newest Snapshadows from Fenty Beauty. This is a number 9 and number 10. Funny enough, these are the first Snapshadows I've owned from them. I know that they have obviously 10 right now, but there was something about this new maroon one and then this green one that both just drove me to need to get them. Do you guys like my little brush container? I actually just picked this up at Home Goods. It was $12, and it's got like 6 little dividers, but it holds like all my brushes. It's amazing. I love it. We are going to be priming the eyes first. For a base, I'm actually going to be using the Colourpop. This is the Laurel Cream Shadow. I've been using it every day since I got it, and I have found that it just does a really good job at intensifying all the shadows. So, ooh, I'm so excited. Is that, yeah, you can see that, can't you? Oh, that would be my sports bra. All right, so here we have it. This is number 9. All right, so there you have all 6 shades. 3 of them are mattes on the bottom, and then the top 3 are shimmers. Let's do a good smoky eye with this. I'm gonna start off with the shade called Sherry Fairy, and I'm just going to take that and pop this all over the lid. Oh, I hope you blend out. I'm gonna be pissed if you don't. You guys had let me know if you own any of her Snapshadows, like what are your thoughts on them? Do you like them? I know that a lot of people are really into the more smaller condensed palettes now versus large palettes, and I feel like I'm more of the unpopular opinion. I still love big palettes. I think that they, for me, I love getting a lot of versatility and being able to get a lot of shadow for myself, but I don't know, I feel like maybe everybody's been a lot more into the smaller shadows, super compact, easier to work with, and they're just really quick and simple. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this cream shadow, which is called Rosé Spritz, and I'm just gonna pop that on my brow bone as my highlight. A little bit worried it got a little patchy like right here, but I think it ended up working out pretty nicely. Oh, shit. Do you see that? Damn it. Oh, it is what it is. We'll just have to make do with it. This kind of intensified really quickly. All right, so we're just gonna go straight down and dirty. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna take Pinot Please, which is that deep burgundy purple shade right here. And we're just gonna really pop it on the outer corner and work it in the crease. Holy moly, I was not expecting that. So I'm gonna kind of leave my eye open so I can see just how high I want it. And I'm just gonna kind of follow along in my crease. This is quite impressive, I must say. This palette seems like it's gonna be perfect for fall. Like it's got all the fall colors you would want. I mean, at least I would. It's not splotchy or anything. Instead of going in with like this shade or this shade, I'm actually gonna take this deep bronze shade and apply it, and I'm just gonna use my finger actually and pop that right on my lid, wherever it's left over and it's blank. I'm getting like some serious sweater vibes here right now. Do you wanna go to Home Goods and go shopping right now? So now that we have that on, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that purple and just, again, blend out the edges right here where they meet. For the inner corner, I'm gonna take this lightest shade. This is called She Bubbly. Oh. And I'm gonna use that to highlight my inner corners with. I'm gonna take this middle shade called Bottle Service, and I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line. The pigment on these are quite incredible. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of black liner. This is Urban Decay's Black Perversion, or it's called Perversion, and run it on my lower lash line. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye really quickly, pop on some lashes so you guys can see the final look. No! No! Oh! So here's the final look using the number 9 Snapshadow palette from Fenty. This is again in the shade, or this is in the palette called Wine, which is number 9. Now that we were done with this one, it was super easy to blend out. I found it really easy to blend out. I found it really easy to work with. And honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of me having to blend because the pigment was just so rich already on the palette. But we aren't done yet. We're gonna move into palette number 10, which is the green palette. So let's go ahead and dive into that one, and then you guys get to see the look on that. We are back for our second eyeshadow palette that we're gonna be playing with today. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that. It is so beautiful. I'm definitely doing like a full-blown green eyeshadow look, obviously. I'm sure you guys can hear my family. It's Sunday and I'm filming and they're just screaming off the top of their lungs. I kind of don't want to use the brown because I feel like the brown might make it a little muddy. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking I'm gonna leave the brown, the matte brown, for the lower lash line, because sometimes I feel like when I use brown in conjunction with the green, it can almost come out kind of muddy, and I kind of want it to be like a more green, all over different like tones of green. So we're gonna start off with our base. Again, I'm gonna be going in with the Colourpop Cream Shadow in Laurel. I'm gonna start off with the shade right here, which is called Time is Money, and it is the only matte green shade in the palette. And I'm gonna use this as kind of like an all over shade. I'm really just gonna be using this shadow for a base for everything else. I want this to kind of be blown out. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous. So the only thing that I already see that this palette lacks is a highlighting shade for your brow bone, but I'm gonna probably dive into the number 9 palette and use the matte shade in there. It's a little patchy right here. Do you see that? My little baby hairs. I like to use eyebrow gel to like lay down some of my baby hairs sometimes. Do you guys ever do that? I don't know why. I find eyebrow gel does a really good job sometimes of laying. I'm gonna take Fat Pockets, which is actually a shimmery shade, but because I don't have any other green, I mean, I guess I could go in with this one, but I kind of want to take this one first, and I'm gonna pop that in my crease just to intensify it before I throw this shadow. Wow, that worked so good. Holy hell. I am just going to take my finger and I'm going to go in with the shade Direct Deposit, and I am just going to pop that all over the lid. I'm going to use my finger again, and I really want to intensify this color on the outer corner. So I'm just going to pop that color that we used for our crease right back on the outer corner of the lid. Let's go in with this shade right here, which is called Need Receipts. I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray and pop that right on the center. I'm going to take just a little bit of this gold shade, which is Flash Money, the gold shade, and just sprinkle it on top of the lid also. And then I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and run that in my waterline. I want to take a colorful color. I don't want to take like a cream liner. Just want something to pop. I even think like a navy would be really pretty. I'm going to take rubber bands and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line, and that is just going to kind of be smoked out all along. Super easy green eyeshadow look. Really it's just going to be so focused on the different tones of green. So let me go ahead, pop on some lashes, and then show you guys the completed look. This is the finished look. I will say overall, between both of the palettes, I really enjoyed each of them. I thought that each of them had their own little characteristics. I mean, I definitely love number 9, which is the Wine Me, because I feel like it definitely just gives me more fall vibes, like I mentioned, and it's very much of like the tones that I play around with. But I also do like the green palette because I do love to play with greens, and every once in a while I want to play with color, and I love how easy it is to just dive into and play with. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you guys like this video and you guys like this review, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. If you guys have been new to my channel and you guys aren't subscribed, I hope that you guys will subscribe and be a part of our family. And you guys let me know down below what is new that you guys want me to try out, and I will see you guys on my next video. I love you guys, and thanks so much for supporting it. Bye.